James, how does it feel to be a champion?
Good.
Have you ever been a champion before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have? Lucky, I've never been a champion.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Jackson, buddy, taking home the win here. Champion for the Trans Am National.
I'd like to see it longer just because I feel like I'm in good shape, and you know, 45-second lap time over 15 laps is like what, 12-13 minutes. So that it's kind of a bummer. You know, I think fitness isn't going to be as big of a key tonight, maybe. But yeah, it is what it is. Same for everyone. So. I got to be ready to go and ready to lay it down for 15 laps, regardless of what the lap time is.
I mean, obviously the motos are going to be shorter, so heat races is going to be like 5 minutes, and then the main might be like 15. You know, but for the most part, I feel like the short laps don't really affect it too much. They're a little bit closer, but we'll see how it goes and try and you know, be up front battling. And you know, this track's going to be tough. It's all about the start, and it's going to be hectic those first few laps.
Not really. I mean, everything's so new to me still, being a rookie. That's cool. I mean, it's going to be short races, so you're going to have to get after it at the beginning of the race and get up there.
Like, do you have to change your prep or anything like that to know, like, I only have to really push for 11 minutes?
No, not really. Just treat it the same way. Go out there and go as fast as you can and do the best you can.
With the race being, say, 15 minutes long versus 20.
No.
I call complete bullshit on that.
I think if you set up 2 barrels in the parking lot, the same guy's going to win that would win tonight.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that, say a guy could maybe hold on to it for 14 minutes, but that guy couldn't hold on to it for 18 minutes. I'm saying certain things.
Really?
In certain scenarios, yes.
Dude, no. No. Nobody trains for 14-minute motos. They train for 20. They're either going to do it or not. Ask Nick.
Ask him, please.
All right, do 45-second lap times matter compared to 50-second lap times? Does it 18-minute main really matter?
I'm not doing 45s.
You're not doing 45s?
I wish I was.
Let's say you were.
Minute lap time versus 44 seconds.
Nick, are you sweating it if we're racing the first 5 races and they're 45-second lap times, and all of a sudden we get to a race and it's 50 and you're like, ooh, I don't know if I trained for this.
50,
I don't know. I mean, maybe Will does, but are you sweating it? No.
Whoa, 44.
Look, he doesn't know what to answer. He knows he's doomed.
Is way different. 44 to a minute
When
is way different.
Like when I first started racing pro, the Cowboy track was really long, and Osho made it shorter though. I will tell you, Osho made the track shorter for Carmichael.
Does it matter when you go to Daytona, like the lap time really?
Yes. That race is way harder than
And that just means you're out of shape.
Tommy's an idiot. It gets rough. It's not like
He is right. Like maybe overthinking it a little.
Yeah, you're overthinking it a lot. Thank you. Did you hear that? I am right.
To me, I think it's all the same. Just go out there, put in the laps, put in the fast laps, and try and make it happen in practice. And then in Supercross, you just do it. I mean, to me, it's not any different than a minute lap time. Really, it's all super intense, and yeah, just going and doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big a deal to me. I think the only benefit of having a longer track is there's more time to pass and do stuff like that. But besides that, you know, I'd almost prefer a shorter track. But it's like Kyle said, I agree with him.
Yeah, it matters because you work so hard, and that's where you separate yourself. Is people make mistakes in long races because they get tired, and when there's short tracks like this, it's an advantage for the people that aren't as in shape for sure. But you know, I'm prepared for any of this. I do sprints, and I do the long motos, but it's going to be a short race. Haven't had this short of a West Coast race yet, so it's going to be really fast in the heat races. Hopefully the whoops get cupped out enough to slow the track down, but it's unfortunate because it's just you get caught up in lappers, and there's so much stuff can happen, but it's just the way it goes, and everybody's got to ride the same track.
It's Supercross. I mean, I think it makes it more exciting because it's shorter lap times and then you can battle more. But a longer lap time would be more sufficient for the riders, definitely. And you know, you definitely want a longer main event. You know, that's what we train for. We're fit. So I mean, 11 minutes is kind of like child's play. But know, 45 seconds isn't that bad. But it's fun. Track was really good tonight. I was
Yeah, I think it's a bad thing. I think they need to at least make it a minute long. But the track overall was good, so I was pumped on that. But yeah, short tracks suck. That is what it is.
I think in the grand scheme of things, like 17 races or 18 races that we have, like I guess you're bound to have a track that's a little short. For us, like your 180, 190 heart rate, like still feels long. But I will say, it was this is probably the shortest track I've ever had, that I've ever raced. You know, 42, 43 second lap times was a little short for sure. I mean, I think they could have maybe put a wall in there or whatever, but you know, well, I don't dwell on it.
I don't mind it. I think with this dirt, the way it is, like, as bad as it is, I think you have to do something. Like, it has to be, the track was pretty basic today, and I think that it needs to be, because just like Oakland, every year there's, you know, a lot of crashes because it's sketchy dirt, and I think that I'm not disappointed that it was that short.
It's probably better for me that it was shorter, but yeah, sometimes it seems, you know, real quick rather than, you know, a mid 50-second lap time or plus. So
Do you think it takes away from the racing, or I mean, it's going to be whatever?
I mean, I don't know. I'll have to watch it on TV and I'll get back to you.
It was really short, and you know, sometimes when you go down, you always feel like you want more laps, but when I got 5 to go, I was like, what? Really? 5 to go? And it just felt like I had just got going. But I think, you know, making the whoops big and making them challenging, that adds a couple seconds, and making the rhythms a little bit steeper and challenging adds a few seconds, and it was just an overall really fast track. But we all had to race it, and unfortunately, you know, I'm a huge believer in you make your own luck, create your own luck, and all that. And unfortunately, I was down in the first turn, and a lot of other guys weren't, and that's on me. So just keep grinding, go back home, and keep working.
Do the shorter laps keep you guys closer together, or does it really matter?
I don't know if the shorter lap times do, but the easier track does for sure, I feel like. And then, you know, they get into lappers super early, and I'm never a big fan of lappers, you know, getting in the way and stuff like that. And unfortunately, I got lapped tonight, but yeah, it seemed like I got lapped early, I felt like, and you know, I was maybe down for 20, 25 seconds or so in the first turn. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Dirtworks guys are doing, you know, what they can, and an awesome job, but I'm a fan of more challenging tracks and some big loops, and we're the best in the world, and I feel like we need to showcase that.
I mean, you look at the track on the map, and you can tell that that's going to be terrible. You know, it's just the track on the map on a paper. I mean, you know, whoever draws that map and takes it to Feld and goes, oh, this is going to be a good track, you know, especially when, I mean, they have 52-second, 54-second TV window, and then, you know, we're in the 40s, low 40s, so that's predictable, you know. You don't have to be Einstein, and unfortunately it makes the cut, and it is what it is. It's a short start, which is terrible, into a 90-degree turn, just terrible. Just everything about the track I hated, but I tried to do my best.
Hey, does it affect you as a racer at all? Like, do you have to change your training because you're only racing for 15 minutes?
No, I mean, because you don't look at the map and go, oh, it's going to be low 40s. You know it's going to be on the shorter side, but, I mean, low 40s is fast, you know. I think the first time I ever did a low 40 was in San Francisco, and that was a pretty small track back in 03 or 04 or something like that, but it's been a while since we've been in the low 40s.
Definitely, that's probably one of the shortest main events we've had in a long time. These football fields are a little bit shorter. You can only pack so much into the stadium floor before you're up to the walls. So they tend to be a little shorter. But this one, I think all of us were kind of surprised at the fact that it was 43, 44 second lap time, 45, let's say, and you know, it's about a 15-minute moto, 15-minute race, and it's two things. You know, it's shorter, so I think guys know this, and they're going to go a little harder because it is shorter. It's not a minute lap time. and two, you know, but you also have to bring the intensity, you know, and you get a lot of fights from a lot of different guys, you know, so just trying to be ready on any given night, but long or short, you know, a race is a race, and you got to position yourselves, and you try to bring that intensity whether the race is short or long, you know, and you know, that's what we train for, is to go that distance, and the longer distance too. So, but good night here, and the track was good. They did a good job, and it's cool to be able to race in where, you know, the stadium where they held the Super Bowl. You know, I mean, that's pretty special for us, and it's pretty special too. So yeah, it's good.